Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about recording audio in Pro Tools. So we're going to go to our audio track that we created earlier, and we're going to look at our I/O settings. This is the input path selector. This is the output path selector. Output path for this session is just going right to our built-in output, and our input should be input 1 because that's the input I have my mic plugged into. Now, if you're wondering, do I even have my interface properly set up? Well, you can check by going to Setup, Playback Engine. Our Playback Engine is our interface. Now, in Logic World and other DAWs probably, you have a separate input and output to choose from. So Playback is commonly our output. However, whatever you have set to your Playback Engine will also be your default input. This could be customized using Pro Tools Aggregate. However, for our purposes and most of the time, you really just need your interface selected. And real quick before we move on, buffer size. Quick guide. Whenever you're recording, set it low between 256 and 64. And whenever you're mixing, set it high, 1024. So now we have our interface set up properly. We know that's working. Another step to ensure that the interface is set up right is going back to setup and going to our I/O. If you go to your inputs, you will see, look at that. We have all our inputs listed in our interface. This should all be set up pretty well by default. So now let's go into the steps required to actually start recording. I'm going to hit our record monitor. And now an option that we have in audio tracks that isn't available in MIDI tracks and instrument tracks is our input monitor. Track input monitor allows us to hear back whatever we have input monitored, no matter what we're doing in our session. So if you pay attention to this green bar right here, if I take it off input monitor and I hit play, there will no longer be audio coming in, but it comes back as soon as I stop it. This is record monitor. Now, if I'm recording, however, we will hear it. It will keep going. As you can see, we just recorded audio. Now, if I hit input monitor, no matter what, I will hear what I'm saying live. However, if I have record monitor on only and there is audio on a track, I won't hear myself, but whatever was recorded will still play back. If it's input monitored, whatever was recorded won't play back. So that's a basic guide on how audio tracks work in Pro Tools and how record monitor versus track input monitor works. Remember, this is input monitor, which is monitoring our input, and this is record monitor, which is monitoring what we record. So now again, to record audio, and lastly, to record audio, we do the same thing that we do with instrument tracks or MIDI tracks, and that's either going here and hitting spacebar, or going to the number pad and hitting 3. A little quick tip on recording hitting 3 is that we can now hit 3. We can hit 3 again to stop recording, but it'll continue. Hit 3 again and we'll start recording. Hit it again and it goes out. And hit it again and it starts recording. This is why I keep Quick Punch on. If you don't have Quick Punch on, it actually won't work. So if I have it set to normal and I hit 3, well, hey, it's still going to record, but hitting 3 doesn't actually stop it. I have to hit spacebar to stop it. Again, with Quick Punch, I hit 3, and I can hit it again, and it comes out. Hit it again, hit it again, hit it again. This is a great way to quick punch your vocals. If you're recording someone and they just need to get one word right, well, hey, that's a perfect way for them to get that word right. It's by you hitting punch, punching back out, and moving on from there. So that's a quick guide to recording vocals in Pro Tools. And in the next one, we'll have a nice full basic track worked out, and we'll start going through some editing techniques.